everybody. Let's wait a couple of minutes for people to gather, and then we're gonna start. If you're here, say hi in the chat. Okay, I can see some people online. How is everybody? Hello, Alexa. You're always the first one. I appreciate it. Okay. How are you? Did you get your new computer? Alexa says, I have over 60 images to upload on Shutterstock. That's awesome. That's awesome. Just keep making them. You're very talented. How is everybody else? I can see more people watching this stream. Say hi, guys. Use the chat. You can ask me questions. I will be answering live. There's going to be some delay between your question and my answer because YouTube needs to process the video that I'm sending, so be patient. I will be answering every question you have. I already made a video how to upload images to Shutterstock, but since then Shutterstock changed the interface, so it doesn't look the same anymore, and for that reason I decided to do this live stream, and we'll go through Shutterstock new interface. I'll show you how to describe images, how to tag them, how to upload them, and how to categorize and submit them in the end. I chose 3 images for this tutorial, and they are all commercial license. I created another video for editorial images, and you can find it in my playlist, How to Sell Photos Online. Here right now I'm not gonna talk about it because it's gonna take too long. Hi Sasha, welcome. And so we're gonna stick to commercial images. I have one image, one photograph with a person, which means that we are gonna submit it with a model release. I have one photograph with no property or no person on the image, in the image, which means it's the simplest case, let's put it that way. And I have the third image is actually an illustration that I created in Photoshop. It's a raster illustration, it's not vector. We're not gonna do vectors today. So these 3 images, I'll show you the ways to upload them and to submit them to Shutterstock. In my previous videos I was mentioning software called Xpeeks. It's a free software that helps you add keywords and description and titles to your images. It's very good. I like it a lot. It also serves as a client to upload images to stock websites, and it supports many websites. So this is the program. I already loaded these 3 images and I added keywords and everything to them. So this program is called Xpeeks. What Xpeeks is doing, you add your files clicking on this button, you load them here, and then these boxes are usually empty. Let me just turn off my camera. So these boxes are usually empty, and then you add your keywords there. I created a video about that, so if you want to see that in details, please find the video in my playlist, How to Sell Photos Online. I'm just going to show you quickly. So let's say you loaded this image here, and you have, this is the illustration that I was talking about. We can see the planet and some nebula and the star, and there are stars in the background. So anyway, you know what's on your picture, right? So you load it here by clicking on Add Files, you add the image, and then this box will be empty, and you have to find the keywords for that image. So you click on Suggest Keywords, and in our case, we're gonna use Shutterstock as a database. You can use iStock or Fotolia. I always use Shutterstock. I will click I will select here illustration because my image is actually illustration. It's not a photograph taken with a camera, right? And then in this box, I will type the most relevant keywords for this image. In this case, it's going to be, let's say, planet, nebula, star, something like that. And then you click search. Xpeeks will find images that are similar to your image. This is the first one. They are loading. Sometimes when they do not load, just click search again. Sometimes you will see empty fields here. Just click search again and the thumbnails will be loaded. So now in this case, we have to find images that are similar to our image. And then select them. Just a second, guys, let me know if you can see me and hear me, because I guess I have some problems with my encoder. So please let me know if you just heard what I said about selecting images from here. Just somebody type it in the chat, because my encoder gave me a warning that I'm actually not streaming. So let me know and I'll continue. Something I found out is if you use Getty keywords, they are not the same as Shutterstock ones. Most of them are two-worded. Yes. So this is true. If you don't choose Shutterstock, you choose iStock, then iStock has a special way of keywording, and it's kind of complicated. I never liked it, to be honest, because if you add your keywords, like for Shutterstock or Adobe stock or whatever, when you actually upload the image to iStock or Getty Images, they will again re-keyword your images. They will ask you to confirm what you put there, and they will change some of the keywords to fit their system. So basically, when you're uploading to iStock or Getty Images, you have to re-keyword every single image you upload there. It's kind of easier if your images are similar, let's say from the same series. So you can select few of them and do re-keywording at the same time, but it's still a pain. So anyway, let's continue where we stopped. So let's say we found similar images to our image. Try to choose images from the top, because these are the most popular images. Let's say this one is similar to ours, and this one, and maybe this one, and this one. So these are the suggested keywords. These keywords overlap between these selected images. The keywords in the bottom box are different for each of these images. Now, you just go through this upper box and see if these keywords are relevant for your image. For example, fantasy is relevant. Moon, not really, because I don't have the moon for this planet in the image. So I'm gonna deselect that. Infinity, black, clouds, exploration, nobody, background, global, outer, nature, asteroid, celestial, 3D rendering, warming. Warming, that's like warming climate, I guess, but it's okay. The star is warm, so it's warming the planet. It's kind of relevant. Graphic, and then you can add some of these keywords here to come to 50. Let's say large, dust, bright, awe, field, interplanetary, scene, and so on and so on. So when you come to 50 keywords, you click add suggested, and these keywords, I will not do that now because I already wrote keywords for this image. So when you click add suggested, then these keywords that you selected here will be automatically transferred in this field here. Sometimes you will have some of the words underlined with red, which means that Xpeeks recognize them as misspelled keywords, but if you're sure that you did a good job, just leave them like that. Anyway, confirm that your words underlined with red or typed in red are actually correct. I guess here, this is the name of the city in California. there is the same city in Mexico, the same name, but with double R. So I guess the Xpeeks thinks that I have to put double R here, but I know that this is correct spelling. That's what I'm saying. So if you know that you spelled the word correctly, just leave it like that. So when you add keywords to your images, you have to add titles and descriptions. For Shutterstock, only description part is important. They actually don't even read this title. So if you're submitting to more than one website, you put the title as well. But if you're submitting only to Shutterstock, then the description is important. Let me just see the question in the chat. Oh, Alexa has to go. He's going to school tomorrow. Okay, bye, Alexa. So what you have to put in the description is actually what you see on the image. Don't put anything fancy, anything too abstract, unless your image is abstract, right? But for example, in this case, this is obviously an aerial photo. So that's how I'm going to start the description. Aerial photo of Pebble Beach on Monterey Peninsula in California, seen from the plane on a sunny day. There is a period here. That's a mistake. On a sunny day. So so that's the description, exactly what you see in the photo with 7 or more words, because many websites don't accept descriptions that are shorter than 7 words. When you change anything, you add any keyword, you change something in the description, just like I did now. I deleted that little period that was extra. The image will get this orange line here, which means that you changed something. And then you have to select that image and click this button here, which says Save. Save, start export, and these changes will be saved with the image. Now it's taking a bit long because my hard disk is just waking up. There you go. Now let's say you keyworded, you described all these images. Now you want to upload them. You have to select them like this, or just clicking on this button here, and click this icon here that shows like an arrow going to the cloud. So basically you are sending them to the cloud. As you can see, this dialog opens, and I have quite a few websites here marked. I upload to all these websites, but for now I'm going to uncheck them and leave only Shutterstock. So what is this actually? This is one of the ways to upload images to Shutterstock. It's called FTP. FTP is a special kind of protocol where you can send files directly to the website without going to the actual website and clicking upload button there. So FTP can be very useful if you upload to more than one websites, and then you just prepare images like this. You click all of them and just click upload. Start these fields here. Let me show you that. So let me just open a new tab here. There you go. I created a folder in bookmarks. It's called stock upload. So over here I have the websites where I upload. This is Shutterstock manually. Let's say we didn't use Xpeeks, we keyworded our images, we did everything, images are ready to be uploaded. You can come here, click upload, and there you go. I mean, we're on the same page, right? And then it says drag and drop your files here, or select multiple files. Also, here you have got videos or a lot of images. Please upload using FTP. FTP is the protocol that we talked about. Learn more. Then it says select a program. I selected Xpeeks. It does have FTP, but you have other programs like FileZilla, for example. FileZilla looks like this. It's also an FTP client. You add your credentials and you connect to the website where you're selling photos. Let's say Adobe stock. So the program connects to the folder where you need to upload images. You just grab your image and drag it to this window, and image gets uploaded in the background. So to actually find your credentials for FTP on Shutterstock, as I showed you, click here, and then it says select your program. Let's say you have Xpeeks. Connect your FTP. So you have to put this as a server, ftp.shutterstock.com, and use your email that you log into Shutterstock and your password. And that's what I did here. You just put any title you want, like Shutterstock. Host is ftp.shutterstock.com, the exact thing that we've seen here, ftpshutterstock.com. And then username is your email that you use to log into Shutterstock, and your password. And then you can click test connection. When you click test connection, this button should become green. So you see, that means that the connection works. Now you can actually start uploading, and the images that you selected are going to be uploaded to Shutterstock. Let me do something else first. Let me show you how to upload through a regular website. You click select multiple files. So remember, you were in portfolio, upload. Select multiple files, and then let me just find this webinar. There you go. You select these 3 images, click open, and they will get uploaded. We have to wait for that. It's going a little bit slow because I'm streaming as well. Just waiting for one more. Okay. When uploading is done, click next. And it says to submit to. That only means that the website still didn't process the third file, right? To see the third file, just click refresh. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes, sometimes it takes more, depending on how busy this is the server, right? But now we have all 3 images uploaded and ready to submit. Since all these 3 images are kind of different, so this is the photo that needs a model release. Obviously, we have a model on it. This is the photo without the model release and without property release. And this is an illustration. You have to select them separately. So let's say we start from this one. As you can see, you have your keywords that you added in Xpeeks. They're already here. And then some keyword suggestions. If you don't have 50 keywords here, you can add some of these suggestions, right, by clicking on the plus button. Then you have to choose the image type. The image type is obviously photo. It's not an illustration. And usage commercial. You can also upload editorial images, but I talked about that in a different video. What are actually editorial images and how to sell them. They also have a specific description, like the format for the description, which is kind of strict. So in this case, our image is a photograph and it's commercial image. Now you have to choose the categories. I don't know how important these categories actually are, but try to find something that is relevant to the image. Don't be too much off. So for example, I can just put people or parks outdoor, or maybe, let me see, what else can be chosen. Oh, that's about it, I guess. So I'll choose people, and then category 2 is optional. I always choose 2, doesn't matter. I can put parks outdoor. So now, since this image has a person on it, I need to add a model release. You can download a release form, which is a blank form that you have to fill out. Your model has to sign it, you have to sign it, and a witness has to sign it to prove that you are allowed to sell images of this model. When you do that, when you fill that out, when the model signs and everybody signs, you scan that form or take a photograph of it and upload to Shutterstock and save your model release under the name of that model, and then you can reuse it later. I created a video about model release, so we're not gonna go in the details, sorry, in the details, but you can find that video in my playlist, How to Sell Photos Online. In this case, I'll just click plus, and I can search for the release. There you go. So this is the model on my picture, and click attach. And you can see here that the model release is added, and it's going to be added only to this image because we selected only that image, right? Now I can uncheck this, click the second image. It's also a photograph, commercial use, not editorial. And then let's choose the categories. I would say nature, probably. I mean, you see how these categories are written. There is not many choices, which kind of means that this is not really important, but as I mentioned, don't be too much off. Hi, Nicola. The second category would be also parks, outdoor. We don't need any kind of release for this image, but there's this exclamation mark. What does that mean? Action required. You see how the website tells me here, keywords have spelling errors. Click red keywords to correct. Many people were asking me about this. So this keyword, obviously, the website thinks that the keyword is misspelled, which is not true. This is the name of the city on this peninsula here. So you can't expect the website to know every single name of every single city, or Latin or scientific name for animals and plants and stuff like that. If you're sure that you wrote your keywords correctly, you just have to click this mark all keywords as correct. Anyway, it happens that you are keywording your image, and then only when you upload you actually realize that you have misspelled keywords. It happens. I mean, it happened to me quite a few times. So in that case, Shutterstock is giving you this warning. Just go through your keywords and say, oh yeah, I made a mistake, and correct that image. If there is no error, just click mark all keywords as correct, and the warning will disappear, and you will have a blue check mark here. So that's the second image. The third image is not a photograph. Websites that sell photos and illustrations online have kind of different system in bucketing photographs and raster illustrations and vector illustrations. All these websites count that vector illustrations are actually illustrations, but when it comes to raster illustrations, which means JPEG, some websites are putting them together with photos, and some websites are putting them together with vector illustrations. Shutterstock is counting them as vector, I mean not as vector illustrations, but in the same bucket. So if you're submitting any kind of illustrated material that is not a photograph, but it's still a JPEG image, not a vector, you have to categorize it as illustration. And you have to click this button, illustration. So this is not a photograph. It's not taken with a camera, obviously. I was not there. It's an imaginary planet, right? And the usage is still commercial. The description says clearly, computer-generated illustration of an Earth-like planet with its young blue star as sun. So it's clear that this is an illustration, right? Category. For the category, we can put science. And the second category might be abstract, might be nature. I'll just put abstract. We don't need a release for this because this illustration is created by me in Photoshop. It doesn't have its original image. It's not like I created it from the photograph. If you did create your illustration from a photograph, you will need to submit that photograph as a proof that the photograph is yours, that the copyright is yours, and basically that is a property release. You are giving Shutterstock a document that says, this is my photograph, I confirm that it's mine, and I created these illustrations out of my photograph, and I'm selling it to Shutterstock. So in this case, we don't have a property release, so I can now, keywords are okay, so I can now literally select all these 3 images and click submit. When I do that, the images are transferred to the pending area right here, and they are waiting to be reviewed. After they're reviewed, they're going to move here. So this was the way to upload images regularly through the website. How do we do it through FTP? I'm going to show you now. Let's go back to Xpeeks. Let's say we got these images ready and I want to upload into Shutterstock. I select Shutterstock, I filled out everything that will stay there, and I just click start upload. Now when I do this, it might happen that the video gets kind of pixelated or something, or even stops. Be patient. Probably not going to happen, but just in case. It's going pretty fast. I'll be right back. Almost done. Okay. So that's it. It says 3 warnings here. Let's see what that is. Keywords have spelling errors. Description contains some of the keywords. Title contains some of the keywords. What this means? This means that Xpeeks found some spelling errors. Again, if you're sure that you didn't make spelling errors, that these are, let's say, the names of the cities that Xpeeks doesn't know about, just leave it like that. Description contains some of the keywords. This is a question that I get asked a lot from people. Basically, all stock photo websites, including Shutterstock, they don't like when you spam your description, which means, let's say you don't really write a meaningful description, but you write something made of a bunch of keywords that you already added in your keyword box. They don't like that. They might reject your image because of that, because the description has to be meaningful. Yes, you can repeat some of the keywords. Of course you will. I mean, what can I say here for this image if not a planet and a star and a nebula? I have all these keywords, right? But the description makes sense. It's not a spam. It's not intentionally written to repeat a bunch of keywords without any meaning. So nobody's going to reject your image if you put some of the keywords in the description, but the description has to have some sense, right? So don't worry about those warnings. Now when we did this, we can turn off Xpeeks. Let's say you used FileZilla. Doesn't matter. Any kind of FTP client will do the same. You upload images like that, and then you go back to submit, and you will have these 3 images added. Now you proceed the same way as we did before. You select image by image, select the category, second category, add the release, check the keywords, and then the next image. Be careful to uncheck the first one if the images are not similar, because if you check 2 images, then whatever you change is going to apply to both images. So be careful about that. Select only one image if you need to describe only one image. If, let's say, I had 5 illustrations similar to this one, with the star and the planet and nebula and whatever, then I can select all of them probably and choose the same category and same optional category and the same image type illustration and commercial, and basically keywords will be kind of the same. But if you don't change keywords, they will stay separate for all 3 images you selected, or 5 images, doesn't matter. But whatever you change here is gonna be applied to all these images together. I hope that's clear. So in this case, you finish everything and then you click submit, and then the same thing happens. The images get moved to pending and then they get reviewed. In this case, I'm not going to do that because I already submitted these 3 images, so I'm going to just delete them. Delete. Okay. Now please let me know if you have any questions, because since we spent only half an hour on this, I also want to show you how to do this in Dreamstime, because we have time. So I'm gonna switch my camera back on. Let me just, there you go. Now please ask me any questions. If anything is unclear, let me know. I'll wait. If everything is clear, then let's move to Dreamstime. Let's say, let me open Dreamstime actually first. I also have bookmarked the page in Dreamstime where it says dreamstime.com/unfinishedphp. This is where images get listed when you upload them. They get listed into unfinished area. If you want to upload content or images, then you click this tab and add your files here. As you can see, Dreamstime also has FTP Upload. Click to open FTP multiple files upload, and then when you click that, let me switch off my camera, I always forget that. So when you click that, you will have FTP details here. It's not the same as Shutterstock, because your username is not going to be your email, it's going to be this number here. And the password is the same as your Dreamstime password. And FTP address or host is actually this. So you have to add this in Xpeeks. So let me open Xpeeks and let me add those files again. So we have these 3 images, and I will select all of them. Click again our cloud, unselect Shutterstock and select Dreamstime. So I put the title Dreamstime E, which means editorial. That's just for me to remember that Dreamstime is accepting editorial files. The host is FTP upload.dreamstime.com. Username is this number and the password is my password. And I will click Start Upload. So the same thing as before, we're just waiting. Again, those 3 warnings, they are not really important for us. Close. Let's go back to Dreamstime. So what did I say? Yes. So when you upload images through FTP, they will immediately go to unfinished files. However, Dreamstime sometimes needs a few minutes more to process them. So I guess when I click here, it's not going to show anything. When I click show errors, it might, yeah, it's showing me that it's actually processing 3 images. So be patient. Sometimes when, you know, when servers are overloaded, when many people are uploading images, then it takes about an hour to actually process images and show them in unfinished files. You can also click here and click this button and add these 3 images. Click open and images will be uploaded like your regular way through the website and will be placed in unfinished files area. since we have to wait for this to be processed, let's hope it's not gonna take too long. We can, in the meantime, we can actually even upload images to Adobe Stock. Let's do that, why not? It's not gonna take a lot of time. So going back to our images, these 3 images, add them. Now I'm gonna select them again and go to Adobe Stock. Adobe Stock again, you have your username, find on Adobe websites, search for FTP Upload, and you're gonna find these credentials, what you have to use. Let's upload images to Adobe Stock. I think they're processing images faster, so should be okay. Again, you can also use web form in Adobe Stock to upload your images, but I basically never use that because this way I can select quite a few images, select all the websites, just click upload and go do other stuff and images get uploaded. Okay, close. Closing Xpeeks. Let's open a new tab and go to Adobe. Adobe here. There you go, they already processed their images. So in this case, this is the photo. The website will kind of categorize your images already. File type is a photo. Hobbies and leisure. Sometimes this is, I mean, it guesses the category correctly, sometimes not really. I would rather put this as people. And then recognizable people or property. The website is asking me, yes. And then it will open this dialog that says search for an existing release or create a new release. I already have a release for this person, so I'm going to click search and find the model. This is him. I already added keywords, but the website is offering me to add more. I'm not going to add more because I already did it in Xpeeks. So I'm just gonna, it says you have 0 files ready. That's okay. So I'm gonna click on the second image and photos, travel. Yeah, that's kind of true. Or let's see if they have landscapes. That's more correct. Recognizable property, people or property? No. So the image doesn't need a release. And then it says you have 1 file ready. I'm not sure why it didn't say that this file is ready. I'm going to check it out later. This image here is an illustration. Science. That's kind of correct. Recognizable people or property? No. And then I have a green check mark here which says the image is ready for upload. So let's go back to our image with the model. Oh, it says the image misses a title. How that happened? I'm not sure why that happened, and that's why the image is not ready to be uploaded. So let me go back to Xpeeks. This is probably the error of the website. It's nothing about our system of doing things. So I'm just gonna go back. Maybe because we clicked on the image too soon and it still didn't process the keywords or something like that. So I'm gonna click here to copy the keywords. Actually, first I'm gonna copy the description. Go back to Adobe and put the description here. And let's see, what about the keywords? So the keywords are not also good. So I'm gonna come back here, click copy to copy the keywords and paste them here. remaining keywords. Well, what is this? Okay. It wants me to correct this. That's good. Okay. Now we can submit the image. The image has a model release. It's categorized properly. It has a green check mark. Now I have to select all three and click submit for approval. Are you sure? It says. Yes, I'm sure. There you go. So these are some older images that I made them actually yesterday. They are still not approved. So that was the case. Let's say you have 4 similar images. Well, this one is kind of not the same subject, but if you have this one and these 3, you can basically use the same keywords and same description and same title, right? Okay, these images are now in review. Let's go back to Dreamstime to see if they process their images. Still nothing. Okay, it happens. Well, it is what it is. We have few minutes more. If you have any questions, please ask them. In the meantime, I'll be checking Dreamstime to see if the images are processed or not. If not, we can do that in the next stream, live stream. So we can cover, let's say, Bigstock photo and Dreamstime and 123 RF. I think that's going to be enough. There are websites where you upload images through FTP and they go directly to the review. And you can edit keywords and description and titles only after they are accepted. Those websites are, for example, alamy.com and zunar.com. Zunar, in my experience, doesn't sell much, so I don't know if you should go with them. But Alamy does have some good sales. They don't sell often, but when they sell, you usually get more than $10 per image. Sometimes few tens, sometimes a couple of $100s. So you have, let's say, one sale every 3 months, but it's over $100, which is not bad. Alamy is one of those websites where you upload your images through FTP, and then images go straight to the reviewer. The reviewer is checking the whole batch, and if they like it, they approve it, and they let you know. So you go to the website and you kind of select most important keywords, and you can change the description. You can put the location where the image is taken and all that. The thing that I don't like about their process is that when you upload, let's say, 10 images, and they check random samples, so they don't check all the images. However, if they check the image that is not very good, let's say it's slightly out of focus or has some noise, they reject the whole batch. So if you are uploading to alamy.com, make sure that all the images are good quality. Try not to upload one image that is kind of average with the rest that are good, because it might happen that all the images get rejected because of that one. What I do, if I have the image that is questionable quality, then I upload that image separately, so only that image can get rejected. But for that, you kind of need to have some experience in reviewing process, what reviewers will accept and what they will reject. So let's check Dreamstime one more time. No, still nothing. But that's okay. Anyway, we planned only to go to Shutterstock today, and we did Adobe Stock as well. And we have 15 minutes more. Would you like me to, let me see. Well, let's go to Bigstock actually. They're fast as well. So let me add 2 more files here. Select all of them. Now we're gonna check only Bigstock and click start upload. Again, for FTP credentials for Bigstock, go to Bigstock website, click upload button. Over there, there must be a link for FTP. Let's wait. Patrick says Shutterstock seems to only use news as editorial, but other sites more wide range. I'm not sure about that, Patrick, because I have some images that I uploaded to Shutterstock recently, and they are basically from my vacation. They are not really newsworthy, but they do show people enjoying the walk along the ocean in one of the cities in Mexico. So I guess the image doesn't have to be newsworthy to be accepted as Shutterstock, but it can't be really anything. I mean, the images that I upload are usually from places where I go on vacation, so it is kind of an ongoing subject. People like to travel, and like for articles that want to show how these places really look like, editorial images are a good source, right? So let's go to Bigstock. When you upload your images to Bigstock through FTP, you will find them here, new uploads. You can also click here if you want to upload it manually. Choose your file. The website will detect the format right away. So I can use this, put my 3 images here and click upload images, and they will end up again here. So in this case, I'll double click this image, the first one. And as you can see, the description and keywords are automatically added. Now I have to click on category and find the right category for it. Let's say landscapes and maybe nature. This image doesn't need a model or property release. Extended license, yes, I want to sell it for extended license. Why would I not? Because that means that I'm gonna get more money. And in the notes, you can put something if you want reviewer to know something about the image, something specific, you can put it here. What I do here, I usually just put thank you and have a nice day. Of course, this is not a requirement. Most people don't put anything. I just think it's nice because I used to be a reviewer, and when I read something like that, I get like, oh, thank you. So I'm gonna click save and submit. This checkbox is clicked after applying changes, move to the next image. So if I click save and submit, it's just gonna open the next image. Now this image is an illustration. So Bigstock Photo doesn't have a dedicated button for the illustration. You just have to select one of the categories, has to be illustration. So right there. If you don't do that, the image will be rejected. So one of the categories has to be illustration, and then the next category can be nature, maps, education, conceptual, abstract. Let's say abstract. Again, we don't need a model release or property release. I'm just gonna paste thank you and have a nice day, save and submit. Now this image has a model. Let's categorize it properly. People. What else? Places, maybe. Yeah, places, that's okay. Now we have to add the model release that I already uploaded to Bigstock for this person. So that's him. Just check that box and say thank you and have a nice day, save and submit, and that's it. Images are now in this tab here, approval status. waiting to be reviewed. If we go back to Dreamstime, let's see if they process the images. Not yet. That's fine. I think we covered more than I expected today. I thought we're gonna be doing Shutterstock the whole time, but obviously it was kind of quick. If any of these steps are not clear for you, it's probably gonna be how to create a model release. I created a video about that, so find it in my playlist, How to Sell Photos Online. What else can be confusing? I guess nothing else. I mean, if you want to try any of the FTP clients, it's very useful if you sell images to more than one website, because as I said, you just select all the images and upload them all to all the websites with a click of one button. So that's good. I'm gonna leave you the link for Xpeeks to download. It's free and it's very useful. And I'm gonna leave you the link for the model release, empty model release, the universal one that you can use for all the websites. So I'm not downloading model release for every website separately. I just have that general one and I use that one. So to find FTP credentials to upload your images through FTP, every website has that information somewhere. It's usually where the upload tab is, like here in Dreamstime, FTP Upload, right? They will, if you click there, they will show you those are FTP details. Shutterstock has that as well. Bigstock Photo has that as well. So you have to find it. And that's about it. Any questions? I'm gonna wait for a few seconds more because I know that YouTube takes time to process my video, so when I ask any questions, you don't hear that right away. So if you have any questions, if anything I said was confusing, let me know. If you don't have any questions now, you know where you can find me. I have a group on Facebook. Let me just a second. I'll give you the link. It's called Stock Photography Helping Community. Send me a request to add you there so we can talk about it. You can also send me the email. You can find me on Instagram, Dreamframer. Hi Vladimir, of course you're welcome, no problem. I like to do this. When I started selling photos online, I was struggling a lot. It was in 2008, and there was nobody to show me anything. So only later, when I started with Shutterstock, I met online Lauren Rinder, who is like the king of stock photography, and he showed me some tricks. He actually helped me edit my photos to be accepted in Shutterstock. So I was like total amateur. I just thought that, you know, I can take photos with my camera and just upload it like that. So I'm really thankful to him, and I'm glad I can help you guys. And I can see that I'm helping you because I have a lot of referrals on Shutterstock now, and a lot of them are active, and that's something that makes me happy. There's a question: is some stock photos sell 3D photos? 3D photos, you mean those stereoscopic? I'm not sure about that. I know that stock photo websites started selling 360 degrees photos, and I know that some websites are selling 3D models. So if you work with 3D, you can actually sell those. But I don't think that Shutterstock or these major stock websites are selling the actual 3D photos that you need 3D glasses to see, I guess. Is that what you mean? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just, stuck in my regular photography, so I'm not following the everything that's happening there. Oh, sorry. That's my friend. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna leave you the link for this Facebook group. It will be nice if you join. We can discuss things there. There is a chat also. We can make a chat for everybody in the group. The group has only like 30 people, so now is the moment. If you wanna, I still have time to answer all your questions. So yeah, stereoscopic. I'm not sure about that, honestly. I can't answer that question. Maybe we should try Google and see if some of the websites do that. If you can create those images, I guess at one point that will be the thing. For now, most of the stock photography is used on the on the websites, in books, magazines, and stuff like that, where 3D photography doesn't really have any purpose. Matthew says, hi and thanks for this. With regards, do 306 photos. What's your opinion? It's worth the time. You know what? It might be, because it's very new, so I guess the sooner you jump on the train, the better. There are websites that already have 360 photos, especially real estate websites, where you can see houses inside and you can see what's in front of the house and stuff like that. There are also websites that with the purpose of seeing cities and places in 360 degrees, and I guess we're gonna have more and more of those. So I'm not sure if it's paying off now or not, because I'm not doing it, but if you can create them, why not try and see if it works out. I'm guessing that in a couple of years that's gonna be a big thing, so maybe it's good to jump on the train early. Sasha says, is it possible to check extended license for images uploaded earlier on Bigstock? Let's check it out. Let's go to Bigstock. Pending approval rating. If I click pending approval, I should see approval status here, and I'm gonna list them approved images. So you can edit the image, I know that for sure. If you want to change any keywords or anything, you have to provide the reason. Let's say I misspelled this word, so I had to correct it to this one. Extended license, yes, you actually can. You can change this. You can check it if you didn't check it in the beginning. Oh, that's the answer. Let's see Dreamstime. Unfinished files. Oh, it says 0. They're slow. Unfortunately, because their categorizing system is pretty good. They have pretty detailed categories, and you can even put the GPS location of the image, which helps with sales. Because if you have an image from, let's say, San Francisco or somewhere, anywhere, some vacation spot, then you can click it on a map. Actually, nowadays, phones and even cameras are already have GPS information about the image, so when you upload it, Dreamstime can read it automatically. You're welcome, Sasha. Okay, guys, I guess that's it. It's already been 1 hour. I'm gonna leave you all these links for Xpeeks, I said, for model release, for Facebook group, and send me the request to join the group, and contact me for any questions you have. I'm gonna let you know when the next stream is gonna be. Okay, see you guys. Bye.